week ago, I received a Facebook message asking me to read a letter to Brian and Angie, and I was a little nervous considering who it was from because I was afraid of what the letter might say. I was asked not to tell you who it was from until I let you figure it out. So, well, today is the day. A day that my best friend Angie married her best friend Brian. If you would have asked me years ago if I thought this was a match made in heaven, I would have said, of course not, they're just dating for now. But then the erratic phone calls started. Angie would constantly call me all hours of the day and night telling me how she was absolutely in love with Brian. She would tell me all the wonderful things Brian would say to her and the nice things he would constantly do for her. Of course, this made me happy to hear that she was so happy. But I knew the relationship was in the beginning stages, and it was easy for any of us to be giddy over someone in the beginning, right? So I went with it, loving every minute of her happiness. Well, then a year passed, and it didn't stop. In fact, it got stronger. Angie's phone calls to me became more frequent, telling me, Brian said this to me today. Brian surprised me with this. Brian has taken me here. Brian did this for my kids. Brian. All these truly sweet gestures with no sign of slowing down. Then she said it. She said, Amy, I want to marry him. I mean, really, I am really in love with this guy. I've never had someone be so good to me, and I love him for everything he is and everything he does. Generally, I just ignored her like I always do. You have to understand, I already had about 1 million lovey-dovey phone calls from her just to talk about how wonderful Brian is. I was about to gag. So when I got the phone call 9 weeks ago, we all got that phone call. 9 weeks, everyone, 9. That she insisted she was going to marry him ASAP. I really didn't want to hear it.
She's not pregnant.
Yeah, and she's not pregnant, but it was still in 9 weeks. I really didn't want to hear it, and I told her that didn't work for me. Haha, I actually remember avoiding her phone calls for days at a time, hoping she would just stop it and just make it all go away. I was just not ready for her to get married yet. Well, after about 1 million missed phone calls and some crazy voicemails from her, I had to come to grips with reality. Angie wasn't going to stop. She wanted to marry this man, and nothing was going to stand in the way of that. And so, here we are. Angie, I love you, I love your kids, I love your family. I even love Brian, which seems kind of creepy, but here, I said it. You have been my friend for over 20 years, and you have been a best friend to me like no one else has. Not only are you one of the funniest people I know, but you're also loving, kind, giving, and possess a great true character that most of us only wish we had. You can light up a room just by walking in it. Your great sense of humor always seems to put everyone at ease, and I know I'm not the only one who feels blessed to have you in my life. It breaks my heart that I'm 1,800 miles away and cannot be there with you to celebrate this special day. But in saying that, I do find extreme comfort in knowing how happy this day makes you and how exciting it is to see you and Brian start your lives together. I know, I'm trying.
She does
Start your lives together as Mr. and Mrs. Suburniak. Nothing makes me more happier than knowing how truly happy you are right now. I love you, Angie Suburniak. Enjoy your Vegas honeymoon and don't do anything I would do. Love, Amy.
Oh, that was nice. Hold on. She's got one more surprise for you.
One more surprise?
Yep.
She's gonna think she's here. Don't say it like
No,
that.
hold on. Just wait. She hates you, Amy.